Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm Taylor Gonzalez, and my guest today is the writer and director of the upcoming sci-fi thriller, The Silent Planet. I'm so excited to welcome Jeffrey St. Jules. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me, Taylor.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. Very excited to speak with you. I had the opportunity to check out your movie last night, and I really enjoyed it. It was such a unique premise. Where did the idea for this story come from?
I think it came from my childhood fantasies of I always kind of had a fantasy of living on another planet by myself. Um, and I always wanted to make something on another planet one day. So this was it. I kind of had this image of a guy alone on a planet, just doing his work every day, going through the motions of everything, and just seemed like a beautiful thing to build a film off of. So.
Oh, it had such gorgeous, like, establishing shots and exterior shots. Where did you guys film this?
So we filmed the whole thing in the province of Newfoundland in Canada, which is uh, it's an island northeast. So there's a few locations within Newfoundland. One is a place called Gros Morne National Park, and there's an area in there called the Tablelands, which is the one of the only two places in the world where the Earth's mantle is exposed.
Oh, wow.
So all the orange rock that looks kind of like a desert, it's not a desert, it's like the Earth's mantle, which is kind of toxic, so a lot of plants can't grow there. So it creates this really interesting, unique, barren landscape.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really, really interesting, beautiful place, but it's so remote for most of the world that not many people go visit it. But
What would you say is the hardest part about filming a movie that takes place on another planet?
well, really finding those right locations was the big thing. Um, because we really wanted to feel like we are there. Like I didn't want to shoot with an LED wall or anything like that. I just wanted to have organic kind of, the inspirations for the film were very much like 70s films and places, when people were shooting on location. Um, so yeah, the biggest challenge was really finding those right locations. So Gross Moor, and then we also shot in an open pit mine, and then this other place in Newfoundland called Bell Island with all the cliffs against the water, where you see where they're going into the mine there.
That is so cool. There's a little robot assistant named Janie in the film, and it's so adorable. Where did the idea for that character design come from?
Oh gosh, I don't have a specific answer for that. Oh well, actually, I do now that I recall. As we were designing it, we are drawing a lot of inspiration from the Jetsons, the maid uh, character and their face. So we actually had designed the sort of the eyes are kind of like those dials. I don't know if you remember, but
Yeah, I
the
totally
eyes
do.
made were like dials, like on a stove or something. So yeah, that was the big inspiration for Jamie.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. So you're the writer and director of this film. So I was wondering which scene changed the most from the initial script to the final product that we see in the film?
What scene changed the most? Um, I would say there's a scene later on where uh Naia's character is bombarded with all these thoughts from the purple fog, the alien gas. So there's an alien gas that kind of like plays back your thoughts to you. Um, Initially, that wasn't even supposed to be the fog. She was just kind of having a dark time, but we thought so. We added that bit actually in post. We added the fog coming around here and playing all those thoughts and got her to perform all that in the audio, um, which I think really lands, at least in my opinion, really lands emotionally. So that would have been the part that changed the most from script to final execution in the edit.
Very cool. So it was just announced this morning actually that Katy Perry is going to be flying up to space. And I was curious if you were given the opportunity, is that something you would want to do in real life, go to visit another planet and, do some space exploration?
Yeah, I mean, it's what I always dreamt of as a kid, but I feel like it was always more like theoretical, like or my in the imagination. But yeah, yeah, for sure. I would love that. I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
anyone. ever offered me the opportunity. I mean, I think it would be terrifying
Yeah.
and I just yeah, if it arose, I kind of have to take it because I think it would just alter your perspective on it so much.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel on one hand, it's like it's something that, everyone's grown up dreaming about and playing with their action figures of them going up into space. But then now
Mm.
that it's like kind of becoming a real thing that people are going to be able to, even though it's not, visiting another planet, it's just getting to leave the atmosphere for a bit. I don't know. On one hand, it's like terrifying, but on the other hand, it's like, how can you pass up
It's
such an
true.
incredible
Yeah.
opportunity?
Yeah, I do remember as a kid, like I used to say that I wanted to be a space scientist because I was too scared to be an astronaut. I would have wanted to be an astronaut, but I didn't want to go into, I was too scared to go into space. So I would say I want to be a space scientist, whatever that is.
And then my last question for you is this film really focuses on two characters. Can you talk a little bit about your cast and how you worked with them to create such a compelling story with just basically two characters?
For sure. Well, first off, yeah, casting really great actors is key to that because it is a two-hander and they got to carry the whole film. But the really nice thing about that is there's a lot of stuff that's stripped away so we can focus more on performance. There's not tons of locations. A lot of it is inside in a studio. So it gives you the opportunity to really zero in and on performance and give space. And, um, we had a very tight shooting schedule, so we didn't have that much space. But yeah, so we had a lot of conversations prior to them coming. We did about as much rehearsal as I could get out of so about a week or more of rehearsal in the spaces. Just sort of feeling it out, getting to know the characters. Um, and yeah, just kind of they're both like really great actors. Elias obviously is super experienced, and Brianna's it was her third film, although she's you would never know it. Um, but yeah, just giving space and just they're lovely people, so there was no ego on set, and just it was a really great experience that I would love to have again. Um, but write another two-hander script.
Oh, well, that's great. Jeffrey, thank you
Mhm.
so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And congratulations on the release of the film. Everybody go check out The Silent Planet when it releases digitally Friday, March 7th.